to my channel. If you're new, hi, welcome. I'm Deidre. If you're returning, it's great to see you. So I had gotten some questions recently about how I list out my debts and everything, and then I don't have them listed as the snowball method. And I realized I haven't showed you guys my Vertex 42 tracker. I did update it this last week after I got the updated balances from my husband. So it is up to date, but I want to show you what I did and why. Because right now I do have it on custom and I've explained it, but I'm going to go into a little more detail because it seems that either newer subscribers don't know because they haven't watched all my videos yet, like my budget videos, or I haven't been very clear. So I want to explain real quick, and so let me flip you around and show you. Okay, so this is my Vertex 42. I know it's a little fuzzy and I apologize. I'm trying not to bounce around. I might have to actually prop you up on something. Hold on one second. Okay, that should stabilize you a little better. I apologize. I know it's getting a little glared or like fuzzy because it's a computer screen. So I have all the debts listed out, and then I have all of my interest rates, my payments, and right now I have it set on custom. And the reason I have it set on custom is because this Home Depot card right here absolutely has to get paid off by September 14th, or I will end up with about $5,000 or more in unpaid interest. So basically, like the balance you see now, I'm basically going to get hit with that again. So I am trying to make that my priority bill and pay that off by the end of August is actually my goal. Once I get this Home Depot paid off, I will change my strategy down here to the snowball method. Actually, not the I think I'm doing the avalanche. I'm sorry. To the avalanche method. I know somebody had said to do the snowball because I complained all the time about how I want to pay stuff off, and so I want to tackle some of the small ones. But I really am trying to save money in the long run as well. So I intend on doing the avalanche method, but I'm not there yet. And then so down here I have the creditors and when I want to pay them. And then if I go to my payment schedule, I haven't updated, I haven't put the June numbers in yet because obviously we're only on June 7th. But these are, this is the spreadsheet I have right now that I'm working on. I have updated it a few times because, when my husband changes a balance or I change a balance, I do try and keep this as accurate as possible. And my intention is to actually, as I pay some of these cards off, I intend on closing them because they need to go bye-bye. So that is where we're at with that. But I did want to show you guys this. So like I know on my other pages, I don't have them broken down in this method, the snowball or the avalanche, but I do actually have this Excel sheet that I use that I can customize it or do whatever method I'm going to follow. And I do try and do that as I can. So I did just want to show you guys this so that way I do have it set up, and the reason I have it set up that way is because of that. So let me turn you back around. I also got some questions about cash envelopes and doing like cash stuffing. I've been trying to get into that, at least for some things like gas or groceries or something like that. But it's been really hard for me to kind of make that work for us, at least right now. But I really need to make more of an attempt to do it. But I am, that is my goal for at least some of our categories. But we're just not fully there yet. I've just been trying to pay on that Home Depot and just get ahead a little bit. So like I've been paying daycare ahead. I've been paying some of the credit cards ahead when I can, or making an extra payment when I can. But once that Home Depot payment lets up, and then my next debt after that is my taxes. So I figured out I'm going to make a payment, I'm hoping this week, but it might be next week, of $1,400 to the IRS. And then I only owe them like $1,400 more. So then my payment for September and October that I would normally put towards Home Depot, I'm going to put on the taxes, pay those off in full, And then that way I can start paying ahead on my husband's taxes for next year, because my husband is considered self-employed and we are going to have to pay taxes next year. So I'm hoping that if I get ahead of the game and I start making payments towards his taxes for next year, then hopefully we won't get hit so bad, because we got hit pretty hard this year. I wasn't expecting a $4,700 tax bill, but it's because I do that Amazon review thing where I post Amazon reviews on their website for products. They told me I would pay the tax value. What I didn't understand was that they counted that as self-employment income. So I had to pay self-employment tax in addition to tax, 25 to 30% tax on all the items. So I got hit with $4,700 in IRS payments. So that was fun, but I learned from that. So this year I've been better about it. I've backed off. I'm not doing that Amazon thing as heavily as I was last year. And now my husband's self-employed, so now we're gonna have to pay self-employment tax for him too. So it's just gonna be a whole thing. But we're learning, we're growing, we're trying to improve. I know that I'm not fully on like 100% on like the Budget Mom's method. I am still learning her method. I don't know if I have it in here right now. I think I have it at my budget desk. That I still need to finish that up. It's getting set up. I need to finish her course. I was almost done and I haven't finished the last few modules, but I need to finish her course so that I can really fully like understand the method and get on track. I've really just been trying to implement as much as I reasonably can and then go from there. I've been focusing so heavily on savings that it was throwing me off with my debt. So now that I've backed off on the savings and I'm just doing like the bare minimum, like the Fidelity, the Ally Bank, the Wealthfront, and taking advantage of the higher interests that those pay out, or like Ally just increased to 4%, I think, with that higher interest, and then the Wealthfront higher interest, I think, I don't know what I'm at for them. It might be like 4% too. And then I have the investment accounts. I have investments with Fidelity, investments with Ally, because I really am trying to broaden my portfolio and my savings and my knowledge, but not putting everything I have towards it right now, because really the debt is the main thing. So I just wanted to explain that because I had seen some questions about it. And so I realized that maybe I hadn't been super clear. So I wanted to make sure that I hopped on, explained to you guys that some of the things I am trying to incorporate, I just hadn't gotten there yet. Like the cash envelopes. I have the cash envelopes printed and glued together. I even have like the Filofax folder. My actual wallet, I didn't really like the Filofax one as much. I felt like it was just like super chunky. So I ended up getting this really pretty like quilted wallet. I can't remember who it's by. I can show you guys in a future video. But it has the inserts already in it. So I can just put the cash in those instead of having separate envelopes. But then it also makes me nervous to carry a bunch of cash like that. But I know I can keep some of it at home and just carry what I need. But yeah, I am working my way towards trying to do that. It's just, honestly, it's just, I don't go to the bank. I don't pull out the cash. I really, again, have to get my husband to rein in his spending. I've reined in mine. I'm really proud of myself, y'all. I'm a spender by nature. I love to spend money. I like to go shopping, but I've done really well at not shopping. And since I've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes, I've been really good about not going out to eat all the time. So I am making improvements. I know it doesn't always translate over, and I apologize for that. It's not that I'm trying not to be transparent. I really am. The only thing I don't share with you guys is my income. And that's because my husband feels that that's a personal thing and he doesn't want that on the internet. So I understand and I respect his decision. So I don't give you guys our income numbers, but I give you everything else is transparent. Like those are all of our bills, all of our debts, everything, our amounts that we pay every month, everything. So I hope that answered some of your questions. If you guys have more questions or input or things that you might find that I might find helpful in our journey, drop them down below, because I really love hearing from you guys. I really love your input because it really helps me understand like what you guys are looking for, how maybe you approach your journey that might be different than the way I approach mine. I'm not saying that I'm set on doing the Budget Mom's method. I just like her method because it makes more sense to me. And so I do need to start tracking my expenses. But again, I've been trying to cut mine back significantly. And my husband has been all over the place. And that's what's hard. Someone had recommended tracking our expenses and doing the zero-based budget. I really am trying to do a zero-based budget. That really is my intention. But the problem is when you have a spouse who you're like, hey, darling, we have no money left because it's gone to where it needs to go. So don't go shopping. And then he turns around and he goes on Amazon and goes and gets gas and he goes and does this or that. And then I'm $100 negative in my account. So that's the kind of stuff that makes it difficult for me to get fully like on a zero-based budget where I have no money in that account. I am trying to build up a cushion in that account, but unfortunately every time I start getting a cushion, it gets spent. So again, it's not all my husband, it is me too. But it's really hard to do that for two people when literally one of you does the bills and budget. He has full access to our bills and budget. I show him, I go over the numbers. I show him our paychecks. I show him everything. He has full knowledge of what's going on. He just does whatever he wants. So, and I've had this conversation with him. So please don't think I'm like putting my husband on blast. He and I have had this conversation. So it's just frustrating because I'm trying my best and I know I'm not perfect, but I really have made huge improvements in the way I spend, the way I approach money. I'm doing a lot better at that. And so, like, I know you guys don't know how I was before, but I really have made improvements. Like, I did go shopping and I bought some new pants and stuff because pregnancy, things don't fit or things get holes because they're old. But everything I bought was on sale. I got a dress and 4 pairs of like leggings and like biker shorts for $80. So that's not bad. Like, I got 5 articles of clothing. So that was less than $20 an item. So I think it was like 15 or something. But it was nice because at least I got some new clothes that actually fit and they're comfortable and they look nice. So I was putting lotion on, my hands are dry. And so, you know, I do stuff like that. So when I am going to spend money on clothes, I do look for the sales. I do look for the discounted items. I don't buy things on full price. I'm trying to get better about the groceries. I'm really bad with groceries. I'm like, oh, that looks fun. That looks fun. And I do shop through the app and I pick it up from the grocery store because I've tried it both ways. I've tried actually going into the grocery store and doing the shop versus doing it through the app because I know they uptick each item just a little bit on the app. Every single time I go in the grocery store and I get the exact same items, maybe 1 or 2 items different, I somehow spend like $30 or $40 more than I did on the app. And I'm like, how did I just do that? So honestly, the app has been better for me because it keeps me from spending extra money sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do go over our grocery list multiple times and there's things I'm just like, Deidre, we don't need that. And I take it out, you know, or Deidre, we don't need to stock up on that this week. Or, you know, so I do try and pay attention that way. I do need to still improve on that. So I am working on it, but the cost of groceries have just gone up so much. Where I used to be able to get a good amount of groceries for $100, I'm not now. And I haven't even been buying meat. Like, I don't really buy meat because we have some in our deep freezer or whatever. So it's just like, where's the money going? I feel like I barely get anything now for $100. I think I showed you guys a Thrive haul and a Target shipped haul like last week or something, or maybe it's coming up in a future video. I think I spent like $246. I feel like I barely got any groceries. It was embarrassing. It was so bad. I do know, like, I bought protein shakes and stuff and the protein bars. Those protein bars are stupid expensive. Like, I'm sorry, but they're stupid expensive. But I have to have them for like quick snacks, like, because I am diabetic now since I'm pregnant. And so I have to have, you know, I did, instead of doing these pre-made shakes, which I do love the convenience of, I ended up signing up on Amazon for a subscription, a subscribe and save for the powder. So I can just put them in a blender cup and just shake them up. Because I'm trying to find ways to reasonably save money wherever I can. So that's what I did. Because these are like, how much are they? I think it's like 20 something bucks for 12 of them. $27 for 12, or it's some stupid amount of money. It's ridiculous. So yeah, so I am doing that too. So I just wanted to kind of answer some of the questions I've seen recently. Again, if y'all have any more questions or input, I definitely love to hear it. I really appreciate the comments and the input I do get, because it does help me like see where maybe I'm missing something, or maybe, you know, I can improve on some more, or how I can explain things better, that kind of thing. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll like this video down below. Leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.